Alright guys, I'm back. I just tried to do this video live and the sound didn't work, so giving it one more time. So I've decided to do this presentation just completely randomly tonight. It wasn't planned at all, only because I'm currently working on writing a new book. It's what I'm doing at night at the moment. It's called Write Your Reality, and it's all about basically how to choose the life that you want to live, and use the power of pen and paper and journaling and writing to basically manifest whatever you want to happen into your life, into your reality, and of course to choose the way that you feel, the way that you act, the way that you are, in all areas of your life. And it's because I've been doing this myself for basically my whole life, most of it unconsciously. I didn't know what I was doing until I figured out that, started learning about the law of attraction and the fact that you can control your own emotions and results and things like that. And so it's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Anyway, I was working on this particular chapter, which has been inspired by Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks. In case you know who they are, they're amazing. If you don't, definitely go check them out on YouTube or read some books and things. Law of attraction experts. I'm just going to check that this video is working again now, because I tried it before and everyone was commenting saying the sound wasn't working, so just bringing it up on my laptop. But I'm reading this book at the moment by Esther Hicks, and it's basically put into like a really simple terms exactly where you are on the current feeling, emotional and vibrational scale, and how to step up that scale to where you want to feel from where you are. And it's so amazing. I'm giving them full credit for it, but I wanted to turn it into a presentation that I can share, and also just reference it in my book, because I know this is something that I've been through so many times before. I've talked really openly about how I've had depression quite severely in the past, and how it still pops up into my life every now and then. And I know that when you are feeling that way, even if people are watching that don't have depression, but you still have negative or not nice ways of feeling sometimes, it can be really difficult to get out of that. Or sometimes just people say, think positive, focus on gratitude, da 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 da. But when you are feeling that really, really low emotion, it can be extremely fucking hard to do that, almost impossible. And this, you can hear me now, yay! This process, this kind of steps shows you exactly why that is, and also how you can't just expect to jump from one to the other instantly, because it's not really realistic or possible, but you can start to make gradual shifts when you are aware of this as to how to get from where you are now to where you want to be. So I wanted to turn this into a video. If you want to save it, if you want to tag anyone in it, if you want to watch it later, I know I'm going to be referencing this stuff anytime I get into a state that I don't want to be in. I'll come back to this and be like, right, what do I need to do to change my thoughts to get to the next level? And I would really love to know if you guys can let me know what level you're on now, and also let me know if this makes sense. So I have done, this is just to briefly explain what I'm going to be talking about now. I have done videos before about how your emotions, how the way you feel is created and controlled by what you're thinking about. And it's absolutely true. So your emotions are controlled by your thoughts. What you think about equals the way you feel. If you think about being angry at someone, you're going to feel angry. If you think about maybe you have a dream that someone cheats on you or that someone dies, you wake up feeling that pain, but you've created it in your mind. And maybe a relative dies, but until you actually hear about it and start thinking about it, you can't possibly feel sad until you think thoughts that are sad. So let me know if that makes sense so far. So how you feel is controlled by what you're thinking about, and also what you attract into your life is in direct proportion to the vibration that you're currently projecting out into the world. So this is how the law of attraction works. It's how karma works. It's the law of equal returns. It's basically what you put out, you get back. And it includes the way that you feel. If you're vibrating or feeling like a really negative, yucky energy kind of state, maybe you're really angry about something, like you're just going to attract more of that into your life. And until you change, nothing else is going to change until you do. So you are responsible for what you attract based on how you feel. So in order to make yourself feel better and attract more good things into your life, you have to raise your vibration. You have to change the way you feel, which then also affects the way that you act, the way that you, show up in the world, what you work on and how hard, and how you take care of yourself and others, and everything is controlled by the way that you feel. So it kind of goes in stages like this. Let me know if that makes sense so far. I'm just going to share this video into my group too, or unless someone else who's watching can share it into my group or share it somewhere. My computer's going really slow. My laptop's going really slow. Can you let me know also if you're watching live, is the video working okay, or is it delayed? Because if it's delayed, I'll turn my little camera thingy off. Sometimes it gets crappy. Oh, I can't share it into my group. Why not? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, so you can't jump straight from the bottom to the top, as I just said, but raising to any vibrational state from where you currently are, like even if it's just one higher, but it's still in the negative, it's going to make you feel better, and you will be able to start climbing. So you've got to start with being conscious that this is a thing and that you're creating the way that you feel based on the thoughts that you're thinking. Even when you are in a state of severe depression, usually, like it took me a long time to wrap my head around the fact that I was creating that. For a long time, I blamed it on external things. You will learn in this that blame is another state that will actually get you out of depression. It's funny. It's funny, not funny. But when I learned that I was responsible for creating the way that I felt, like I didn't take responsibility for that for a long time. I do now. But you have to be conscious of choosing thoughts that will take you to a high level than where you currently are. That's key, and you have to just kind of own that. You have to be okay with where you are, first of all, in order to make a change too, and know that, not feeling bad about it is key to making a change. Because if you're feeling pessimistic, which is one of the levels on the scale, and then you realize that you're feeling pessimistic and so you start to feel angry about it or depressed about it, then you're actually taking yourself back down the scale. So I'm going to show you in a minute and just explain the order. And I just wanted to say that, full credit to this list goes to Abraham Hicks. Samantha can share it. Thank you. If anyone wants to share it, feel free. Okay. So this is the lowest vibration. This is level 21. There's 21 levels. And you'll have to know, I did put in all my little bitmojis of myself that represent each one, because why not have fun with it? So the lowest vibration is fear, grief, depression, emptiness, powerlessness, and despair. So this is the lowest that you can possibly go. If you're just feeling empty, you're feeling depressed, you feel you're grieving, or you're very afraid, you feel completely powerless, like there's nothing that you can possibly do about your situation and you're stuck there. That's the lowest that you can possibly be. And I know how that feels. I've been there multiple times. I know a lot of other people feel that way as well. So the next level up from that will help you to start to feel at least not depressed, or a little bit of a relief from this feeling, is insecurity, guilt, and unworthiness. So still not probably how you want to feel, but it is like if you're feeling guilty, that means you're thinking thoughts that are not causing depression. Does that make sense? Or if you're feeling insecure or unworthy, you're still creating that based on what you're thinking about. Like if you're thinking about something that you did wrong by someone, that's going to create guilt, as an example. So if you don't want to feel depressed and you want to get out of that, you can start to feel guilty if you choose to. Or you can maybe go the next one up, which is jealousy and envy. So probably still not how you're wanting to feel, but by choosing to feel either jealous or envious of someone, you're getting yourself out of a state of depression. You probably don't feel depressed anymore because you're now not thinking about that. You're thinking about someone else who has something that you want. And then you might even start thinking thoughts like, well, how can I get that for myself? Or you might start thinking things like, you know, that stupid person, they think they're all good and da-da-da-da-da, which is actually one of the next ones, which surprisingly is another level up, level 18, which is hatred or rage. So that's from going from feeling nothing from depression to feeling anything else or something, like starting to feel even a little bit angry or like rage or something is still lifting your vibration. It's giving you more of a sense of feeling, of a sense of power, of a sense of control. Does that make sense so far? I'm going to keep going because there's obviously a lot more to go through. Level 17, which is the level above hatred and rage, is revenge. So if you start thinking thoughts like revenge, then you actually start thinking things about you taking control of yourself again and what you could do about things. Not saying you're going to actually take action on these things, but if you start thinking about revenge on people, you are actually considering then doing something. So it's lifting you that little bit higher. Level 16 is anger, so not quite rage, but still anger. So feeling angry is feeling something and is getting you to a higher state. Now, this is where some people can tend to get stuck, and this was referenced in Esther Hicks, I can never say that name properly, Abraham Hicks' book, is that some people get stuck in the low vibrations, in these low moods and these low emotions because of this. They might be really depressed and really low, and then they start to get themselves out of that by feeling things like jealous, like anger, like resentment, like revenge, and they might start telling people that they feel that way. They might start expressing that in conversation, like, I'm so angry at my husband, he never fucking washes the dishes, like, or he never looks after the kids properly, and I always have to do this, and da-da-da-da-da. And someone might then talk you out, because most people don't understand this, right? Some people might talk you out of that, saying, oh, you probably shouldn't feel angry, you know, they didn't really do anything wrong, or they're just doing their best, or, you know, try not to take it out on other people or whatever. But what that can do then is actually send you backwards, back down to depression, and you can stay stuck in this never-ending cycle of going depressed, angry, jealous, blah, like up and down and up and down and up and down forever, and never get out of that. Can you let me know if that makes sense so far? I'm just going to check the comments. I can't see if there's any new ones. So it's just really, really good to be aware of that. Once you know this, you know that you're kind of working yourself up. So level 15 is blame. So if you're putting the blame on other people, it's still lifting you that little bit higher, because you're kind of, in a sense, putting people down below you, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it is just making you feel a little bit more in control of yourself. Level 14, the one up from blame, is worry. Now, when you're going through these, you don't necessarily go through all of them at once, because I wouldn't say, like, I'm not a very angry or rage or jealous person anymore. I may have used to be a little bit in the past, but now I might do things like go from depression or something like that into worry. But I'm still lifting myself out of that depression or out of that negative feeling, because I've had a shift, had a jump up the ladder. So feeling worried is level 14, so which means you're actually thinking about something that maybe you want to happen, or maybe that's something that you want to go right, or something that you want to do, and you are slightly worried or concerned about how it's going to go, or maybe you're worried about someone else being okay. Like, that's a much nicer way to feel than depressed and angry and jealous and all of that kind of stuff. Maya says that makes so much sense. Excellent. That's good to know. Sometimes I feel I just need confirmation that it makes sense, because things make sense in my head and they're not in not when I say them out loud sometimes. Level 13 is doubt. See, I might have got myself into a state of doubt just then because I was doubting that what I was talking about was making sense. So I might have gone backwards a little bit from where I was feeling up here. So doubt can bring you down from positive feelings too, but you can just bounce around all day, like especially if you're a crazy person like me. Like there's no way I can always stay at the top. It's just physically impossible. But when you're aware of it, you can. So level 13 is doubt, which means maybe you're thinking about, oh, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. Oh, but I kind of doubt it. So you're climbing. Level 14 is disappointment. So maybe you have, level 12 is disappointment. Maybe you have tried something and it didn't work out, but you've tried something. So you've taken some action, you've tried something, it didn't work, or maybe something that you wanted to do didn't work out, so you feel a little bit disappointed, but you've still taken some action, you've done something. The next level up from that is overwhelmed, which means you have actually started doing things or started thinking about doing things, and maybe you've put yourself in a state of like, oh, I want to do all the things at once now and I don't know where to start because there's so many things that I have to do, that I want to do, that I'm feeling kind of crazy and flustered and I don't have a plan. And the way to get out of overwhelm for me is just to write a plan. So that's that's one way of doing it. Or you can start changing your thought patterns once again to think about things like the next one is actually frustration, irritation, and impatience. So for me, I mean, just to share with you how this works in my brain, sometimes I go from overwhelmed and impatience quite a lot because I have all these ideas of all these things I want to do and I want to do them all at once, and I kind of go back and forwards between this, and sometimes I get irritated at myself then because I know better than that, and da-da-da-da-da. So these are all the thoughts that are creating these feelings. Level 9 is pessimism. I don't really know how to describe pessimism that much because I'm not a very pessimistic person, but I know people that are, and my husband gets a little bit pessimistic sometimes. But yeah, pessimism is basically, I don't even know the right words. If someone else can explain pessimism, that would be great because I'm not an expert at that. Boredom is level 8. So this is where it starts to get up to the good feelings. So boredom is like the last one of the negative ones, although I wouldn't really say it is a negative way of feeling because it's kind of just meh, like what do? I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll go have a nap, maybe I'll watch Netflix, maybe I'll just be lazy or binge eat, like boredom eating, like I do that. I'm trying to get better at it. Yeah, but boredom is kind of like, if you're bored, then you can either choose to go downwards or up from there. So if you're feeling bored, you basically just don't know what to do, you don't have a plan, you're not thinking about doing anything. In order to raise from boredom, you go to a level of contentment, which is basically just, I'm okay with how things are right now. This is my life. There's the tree, there's the sun, there's the clouds, I'm where I'm comfortable temperature. I'm just basically generally pretty content with how life is right now. So that's a pretty nice way to feel, although once again, it doesn't really get anything done. Emily says, yep. Nicola says, hi, that's awesome. Level 6 is hopefulness. So when you're feeling hopeful, in order to go from contentment to hopefulness is maybe thinking, well, maybe I can do that thing that I've been wanting to do, and you start thinking about it and going, oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. I hope that might work out. I'll have to start doing some things from that. Level 5 then is optimism. So you can start to take yourself up here pretty quickly once you start to get into a state of hopefulness that something's going to work out. Then you can start to feel more optimistic about it. Like, okay, maybe this is going to work out. This is going to be pretty cool. You're starting to feel really good, like your vibration of how you feel and your emotions is considerably different in optimism than it is in jealousy, anger, depression, and all of those lower ones. Level 4 is positive expectation and belief. So you're actually expecting now that what you want to happen is going to happen and that it's going to be amazing, and you actually believe that it's going to happen. So you're starting to feel like, this is awesome. I'm feeling really confident. This is cool. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you've probably felt this way lots of times about stuff, and then, but you can go backwards. Like if you try something because you're believing it's going to happen and you're positive and it doesn't work out, then you can go back down to like disappointment, and then you have to work your way back up by starting to think thoughts again, like overwhelm and optimistic and have a plan and content, and then you get back up to here, positive expectation and belief. If you want to go higher than positive expectation and belief, the next one up is enthusiasm, eagerness, and happiness. So you're just like super enthusiastic for what's yet to come. Everything's going really great. It's amazing. You're really, really happy about what you're doing and the progress and everything like that. Level 2 is passion. This is probably one of my favorite places to sit. I go when I'm like in the zone, when you're in a state of flow, when you're like working on something that you really love, like basically me sharing this video right now. I'm really, really passionate about this stuff, and the book that I'm writing, which this is all going to be in, which I talked about, Write Your Reality, which isn't ready yet, but it's coming. If anyone's interested in it, actually comment and let me know, because then I can post the link on this video when it's ready. Or in the description or something when it's ready. But passion is level 2, so that's just when you are thinking thoughts like, man, I love this, this is amazing, this is my favorite thing ever to do, like I just love this. And then level 1, which is the highest vibration that you can possibly be in, which you can absolutely write into your reality by journaling over and over again, is joy, like just pure joy and abundance. Like I have everything that I want and that I need. Gratitude, living in a state of love and just vibrating love out to everyone and everything and yourself. Freedom, and of course awareness is a really big part, like being aware that you feel this way and that you're in control and you have created the way that you feel, and you know that you're capable of staying in this place if you choose to do so. And this is the perfect state that you have to be in if you want to manifest anything into your reality, into your life. Like if you want to use the law of attraction to manifest good stuff or anything, this is where you have to be to make it happen. So those are all the levels. Let me know. Maya said yes, please. That's cool. Let me know if that helped in any way, or if you want to like revisit it at any time. Please save the video. I just said that. Like I know I'm going to be saving this list. You can even write down the list if you want. I'm going to be saving this list for myself and reminding myself of it if I'm ever in a state of where I don't want to be. Like once you're aware of it, you can control it. And then you can take responsibility for your own feelings and emotions and results in life. So, yeah, I really hope that you like this. Please feel free to share it or tag anyone in this if you know anyone else who may need to see this. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'd love to know if you feel like sharing, if you actually practice any of this, and if it works, please let me know, because I love to hear stories like that. So thanks guys for watching, and make sure to take control of how you feel and just be aware of it. All right, love you guys, good night, and I'll see you on Facebook.